So good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Buenos dias, bonjour. Thank you for joining our webinar today. We have Nikki, the sales manager of At Sloane in Chelsea, London. Is going to start the meeting for us, the webinar for us, and you're going to see more about this magnificent property. So Nikki, it's all yours.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. And of course, you, Dominique, for hosting us once again. I'm Nikki, the sales manager here at At Sloane, and over the next 20 minutes or so, I will be presenting At Sloane, a chic luxury boutique hotel in the heart of Chelsea. There will be plenty of time for questions later on, so please feel free to ask away. And let's begin. I'll be sharing my screen with you in just a second.
As you can see, we choose the same picture. So I'm on one side of the suite and Nikki is on the other side.
That's so true. Could you please confirm that you can see my screen?
Yes, yes, yes. All this is good. Yep. The beautiful
Fantastic.
facade with no name.
With no name, with
Yeah,
no sign, with no
yeah.
flags outside. You're absolutely right, Dominique. This is the exterior of the hotel. It's a Victorian building. It it was built in 1888 and it was designed by Edwin Thomas Hall and his son. We are actually owned by the Cadogan estate, which is an aristocratic and historic estate. And it was the CEO of Cadogan Estate who approached Menchik Coast from legendary Hotel Coast in Paris and explained their vision for a discreet townhouse hotel on a residential street that feels like a private home. And given the visionary man that Menchik Jean-Louis Coast is, he absolutely loved the idea, but he thought he couldn't really do this without the vision of an extraordinary interior designer and architect. And so he then reached out to Joseph Graf, who ended up taking up the challenge. And I always say that I use this word intentionally, as Menchik Graf had never done hotels before. That is his very first one. He normally specializes in private homes for high net worth individuals, as well as private jets and private yachts. And so we're very lucky that this collaboration went ahead. The project took approximately 10 years to be finalized. 6 of those years were actually focused on reconfiguring the interior spaces of the hotel. And we opened our doors in July 2023, so actually 3 years ago. It's our birthday month. Very exciting. And allow me just a moment. See, there we go. I have also included another close-up shot, as our building is one of the most impressive buildings in Southwest London. And across the hotel, you'll come across stained glass handmade from a company in France. They do 90% of the cathedrals. There is a lot of craftsmanship here at Sloane. And next up is a map to show you how incredibly central we are. Dominic and I were talking about Chelsea a little while ago and how beautiful, timelessly elegant, and quintessential it is. Where you see AS is just us at Sloane, steps away from Sloane Square Station, and within walking distance of some of London's most iconic attractions, such as Kensington Gardens and Hyde Park, as well as Buckingham Palace, Cadogan Hall, but also King's Road, Sloane Street with all the fabulous high-end boutiques, as well as the Duke of York Square with Satsy Gallery, Pavilion Road with all these beautiful local shops on a pedestrian road. And over here, I've just included a few images of our beautiful neighborhood. So Harrods, I'm sure many of you are familiar with it. Then Pavilion Road in the middle, which I was just talking about, Buckingham Palace. This shot right here on the bottom left corner is actually the street that the hotel is on, Sloane Gardens, a very peaceful street with many trees and leaves. And right next to it, Sloane Street, and of course, Royal Albert Hall with all these fantastic performances throughout the year. I have also included a video, so I'll press play now and I'll be with you right away.
Thank you. Your beautiful reception. It really looked like a home, huh? A home transformed into a hotel. I think you call it a home away from home. Beautiful bathrooms. and the restaurants, which is lovely. And it's so nice to have trees in front of you, huh? Because in London, nobody can say, not everyone can say they have trees, brings a little freshness to it. Voilà. I cannot hear
Might,
you.
I
Uh,
might have to go back, Dominique, just 1 second because that was a video.
mhm. Sometimes your voice is breaking up a little more, a little
Oh,
bit.
really?
I don't know why, because when we were speaking without the presentation, huh? And then it got a little better.
Is it better now?
Yes, looks
Let's
like it.
monitor it. Let's see how it goes. You let me know what you think in a
Yes,
couple of
I
minutes,
think
yeah?
I know Hilda was
Amazing.
mentioning it, and then I could hear it too. Voilà, voilà.
Fantastic. This is our vestibule. It's actually the first thing that our guests see the moment they arrive here at Sloane. Now, we are a very symmetric property. You might have already noticed the doors or the chairs right next to the fireplace. Now, furniture-wise, all our furniture, they're antique, either replicated or original. We also have more than 400 Benson lights across the property. Again, most of them are original, but some of them have been replicated. And we have the pleasure of having lots of personal designs from Mensch Graf himself, like the armchair that you see on the right-hand side. But then the rest of our suppliers or partners, to put it that way, are either local or French artisans. So we haven't really collaborated with any mainstream brands apart from Loro Piano that have done our cashmere beautiful curtains. And then we also have something called trompe-l'œil, which Dominique is very familiar with. It means to deceive the eye, and the fireplace, which you see, is a great example as it appears to be marble, but it's actually oak that has been painted over and over again. And we have three of those, one downstairs in the spa and one upstairs in the dining room as well. Our floors are London mosaic and wallpapers are William Morris, so we are a heavily arts and crafts movement hotel. And then our guests would be into the lobby, which is where magic happens. On this very long table, we go through check-in as well as check-out. It's a seated procedure. My colleagues sit on the right-hand side. Our lovely guest is on the left-hand side. Now, the lobby itself was inspired by Villa Kerilos, which is located in France. And Villa Kerilos, in return, was inspired by ancient Greece. And you might notice the friezes on top of the library as well as the temple roof. And checking for us is not really, here is your passport and your registration card, allow us to take you to the room. It's a great opportunity to get to know our clients. And we go through their itinerary together. We ask if they need any assistance, any amendments, any restaurant reservations. And it's truly, like I said, a great opportunity to understand their needs and their preferences. At Sloane focuses on ultra personalization, and I will be showing you a few amenities as well later on. But this is where you guys come in as our trusted travel partners, because the more we know about our lovely guests, the more we can go above and beyond and customize your experience wherever possible. This is just a bit more of the interactive lobby. There is chess, there is a Solange jewelry collection, and then if you look up, you get to see the London sky. This was done approximately 6 or 7 times to reflect how moody and stormy the London sky is. And in the next slide, I have included some personalized amenities, birthdays, or the welcoming of a new life. The bottom left shot was gifted to an elderly couple from the States who welcomed not long ago, and their daughter is now married to an Englishman, and she was giving birth, and they texted us on WhatsApp saying he's here, and we thought, right, we now have the information that there is something that we have to do something about it. And so we got them this massive flower bouquet. Honestly, the photograph doesn't do justice, and an outfit from Bon Point, and they were very, very thankful. And on the other side, again, bottom right corner, you'll see Tariq, our general manager, and James, our front office manager, and the wider team as well. Next up is our restaurant on the sixth floor, one of the most beautiful restaurants in London by far, I'd say. Dominique, would you agree?
Agree, I would say even globally in the world, one of the most
Thank
beautiful.
you. I wanted to be humble.
Voilà, I'm not going to make anyone jealous by saying the most beautiful, but definitely one of the most spectacular I have seen personally. Huh?
Thank you. It's truly a stunning restaurant
Oh.
on the sixth floor. That I'll just quickly move on to the next slide, just to mention that our menus are cost menus. It's called the essentials, and one can find the most iconic dishes that can also be found in Paris as well. And as soon as the sun goes down, the light goes down, we bring out these real candles. The place transforms into the most romantic and ambient setting. And we also have sorry, I'll just skip one slide. Terraces upstairs, one that oversees Chelsea, the lovely peaceful neighborhood, and then one that oversees the city, London Eye, Victoria, etc., etc. Now we offer mainly French cuisine and purely French wines. However, the all-day dining menu is designed with some Italian as well as Asian options to complement the menu. So you can stay at the hotel for 4 or 5 days at a time without having to leave the property and still always try new dishes. This is our bar on the lower ground floor, a speakeasy bar with a side entrance. This is the most hotel cost element of the property. The darker colors, the velvet, the mercury mirrors, photography that has been curated by James D. Kelly. We open at 4 daily, and we have a license for up until 1 a.m. approximately, but we also host the late nights. Not very often though. It's kind of like a treat, if that makes sense. And it's the perfect place to just forget about your phone and your routine, meet like-minded people, try amazing cocktails. We want to say that we offer the best spice margaritas and martinis in London, and the atmosphere is just phenomenal. So we don't really allow photography in the property, especially when there are guests in the background. So this is a perfect place, not just the bar, the entire hotel, but also the bar, for people that don't want to be seen, for people that appreciate discretion and privacy. This is just to give you an idea of the vibe in the bar. There is a DJ from Thursdays until Saturdays playing vinyl only. We also have those booths that interconnect. You can shut the curtains and you can have a more intimate conversation or just enjoy your drinks. And then another terrace downstairs, again, open from 4 p.m. However, we're very flexible when it comes to our residents. So if one of our guests would like to have breakfast downstairs, that's absolutely fine. If they would like to jump on a call, host a meeting, that's also perfectly fine. At the end of the day, it's their home, and so they're allowed to do whatever they wish. Rooms-wise, we offer 30 keys, so we're a very intimate property. And the first room type is called Essential. We have 10 of those in our inventory, and they vary between 18 and 22 square meters. So this would be ideal for shorter stays as well as solo travelers, perhaps. And the rate is 600 a night. Now, it's worth mentioning that our rates are flat, static throughout the year, and so there is no dynamic element in them. And 25 out of the 30 rooms come with double sinks, and then all of our rooms come with a walk-in shower. I know that Americans love a walk-in shower. And then 15 of them also feature a bathtub as well. Next category is called Chelsea, a bestseller at 30 square meters and £800 a night. Now, these are, as I mentioned, bestsellers. Americans love this room type. And we have 10 of those in our inventory as well. Now, there is a series that comes with a king-size bed and a smaller bathroom, relatively smaller bathroom, and a queen-size bed with a bigger size when it comes to the bathroom, which features a bathtub as well as a walk-in shower. Next up is Sloane, personally my favorite room type, at 38 square meters and £1,000 a night. Now, Sloane comes with a much more comfortable seating area, as well as a very spacious walk-in closet. and then a also very spacious bathroom with a bathtub as well as a walk-in shower. I've also included some more details one can find in our rooms. So our minibar, our snacks and soft drinks are complimentary and they get replenished on a daily basis. Then our very spacious walk-in closets. And then I've included the third photo just because we have now introduced 24/7 in-room dining service with fewer options, but still the most iconic dishes on the menu. So it's Sloane, 46 square meters and 1,800 pounds a night. It's what Dominic and I have in our backgrounds as well. So you can see it from every possible perspective and angle. Now, this is a very interesting layout. It's a parallel layout. And because our interior designer and architect specializes in private jets and private homes, what he has done exceptionally well is that he has maximized space. And so the rooms feel naturally much larger. Sitting area as well, very comfortable lounge. You can shut the curtains to create some more privacy, walk-in shower, bathtub. There is an additional WC as well. And then the appartement is basically, I'll just take you back. It's basically our sunroom and our suite Sloane. And it's what the word says, appartement. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. It's exactly what the word says, an apartment, a Parisian flat in the heart of London. This is ideal for, of course, longer stays, but also multi-gen travelers, couples that appreciate some extra space for their suitcases. But of course, needless to say, we are always willing to store suitcases downstairs to create more space as well. We have also had the pleasure of welcoming cost toiletries as well, which are, well, we have received very positive feedback from our lovely housekeepers. They say that our guests take them with them, and so it's non-verbal feedback, but still valuable. And then I've also included the last slide just to show you a little bit of the corridors as well. We have 800 black and white photos across the property. People, influential people. I always say, though, it's not the 2026 definition of an influencer. It's actually people that have changed the world one way or another. So you'll come across politicians and philanthropists and activists and sportsmen and artists, you name it. And then in the middle, you'll see the panels that are located in the rooms, multiple locations actually, and you can control the light, blackout curtains. You can heat up the towel rails as well. But they also come with two amazing features. The love button, when you press it, it dims the lights and creates a very romantic atmosphere. Just like Hotel Cos, we celebrate love and intimacy here as well. And then right next to it is a music button that plays Cost-curated music, the very popular compilations of Jean-Louis Cost. And then the only reason why I've included the door is because everything lies in the details here. And so the numbers that you see on the door, as well as on our walls, these have been hand-painted by the team of Louis Vuitton that curate the bags. And so again, going back to the craftsmanship, that is very, very strong here. And just before we wrap up, the Dominic debate benefits that we would be delighted to offer for all your future bookings with us. A guaranteed one-step complimentary upgrade at the booking stage. This, of course, excludes blackout periods, which are not, they're normally 6 to 8 weeks throughout the year. And I'm sure you can imagine Royal Ascot or Wimbledon Championships, these periods are very, very busy for us. And so this is the only time of the year we can really accommodate that. And then 12% commission on room bookings, 15% commission suite bookings. It goes without saying that everyone is marked as a VIP and they will be receiving personalized welcome cards and complimentary customized amenities in their room, priority for complimentary early check-in or late checkout, subject to availability, and then complimentary daily access to a high-end gym nearby. We've actually secured a second membership, so we can now offer 2 different facilities for our lovely guests, and then the complimentary snacks and soft drinks in the minibar, which I mentioned earlier. And over here, you can find your key contacts. So Nikki, myself, and Kate, our amazing director of sales, then Tariq, our general manager, who is very, very involved. You'll be surprised. I have never seen a GM being as involved as Tarek, and everyone seems to love him. He's wonderful. I don't see why they wouldn't. But my point is, he's very involved. He will, jump on emails and say hello and just invite you over for drinks, and to meet when you're next in London. And of course, when you visit next, we'd love to host you. So do let me know, or Dominique, who will let me know.
Okay.
And
Thank you very much.
questions, of course.
Thank you very much, Nikki. Yeah. I like to say that when I left your hotel, it was last June that I had the chance to sleep at Sloane room. And then when I left, I said, I'm in love. I didn't say I love the hotel. Strange enough, I said, I'm in love with the hotel. It was a different feel. Usually you love something or you don't. But to say you're in love, it's like it's a person. It becomes a person to me. It was a very unusual feeling. Yeah. Voilà.
It does. It does. I also wanted to mention, I don't see any questions so far, but maybe I can buy
Yeah.
us some time. I wanted to mention that we always send post check-in emails as well as post checkout emails. So as soon as a guest of yours checks in with us, you will be receiving an email saying, "Hey Dominique, Mr. and Mrs. X have now checked in. They're in great spirits. Their flight was long, but they managed to sleep throughout it. They loved the upgrade that we offered, and they commented on the design." And they kindly asked us to amend the booking at the heart. They're now going to the River Cafe. This was all been taken care of. And perhaps we've learned something about your clients that you might not know about. And so we'll relay this information back to you.
Yeah.
Same happens when the guests check out. You will also receive a post-checkout email with a summary of their stay, our interactions with them, what we learned, and of course, what we know about them. Sorry, I'm just
No, I'm
articulating
gonna read the
slow.
question for you.
Oh, you will
So,
later.
do,
Okay, okay, perfect,
voilà.
perfect.
So
And also,
do you serve food in the bar?
we do offer nibbles, yes. But again, with residents, we are very, very flexible. So it's not rare when we they have a full menu.
Hmm?
We have to be flexible for our residents.
Yeah. How many restaurants? So you have one restaurant, spa or workout rooms. You have the access outside, huh?
Exactly. So it's a very intimate property. We don't have this power gym on site. However, as I mentioned a minute ago, we collaborate with two high-end gyms nearby. One is a 2-minute walk away from the hotel, and the other one is about 14, 15 minutes, depending on the pace. However, it's just one of the most luxurious fitness groups, let's say, in the UK. They're highly regarded, and so we would only send our clients to the best of the best, if that makes sense.
Thank you. And for the massage, it could be people coming in, huh?
Absolutely.
Right.
So we do offer in-house treatments,
Oh,
manicure,
treatment.
pedicure, blow dries. Of course, that's absolutely fine. You can even have a PT session if you would like in the suite. It's just the bigger the room, the more we can do in
Nice,
it.
huh? Voilà. Question is breakfast included?
Breakfast is not included, unfortunately. It is served, so we offer either our tradition continental breakfast, which includes pastries, jam, coarse jam, and toast, etc., at the price of £34 per person per day. And we also offer a la carte options.
All right. Kathy wants to know, are children welcome at Sloane?
Absolutely. I just welcomed two toddlers. They were very excited to be here. Absolutely. And we offer, of course, additional beds, cots, amenities for the kids, gifts as well. So, yes,
Now,
with
Melissa,
pleasure.
this is an area I need to spend time in to better sell. Thank you for highlighting this gem. Teresa said
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Debbie said beautiful property. Thank you. Melissa says stunning. Love this unique, beautiful property. And yes, you mentioned the children. So I don't see any other question. Huh?
Can I also mention, Dominique, that as of a couple of weeks ago, we have started processing commissions every 2 weeks now, which I
Oh,
think is
excellent,
also worth
excellent. Huh?
mentioning.
Voilà.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Huh?
And I think I've covered everything.
Yes, yes, yes. And
Shall we give them?
well, I know that sometimes breakfast is important, but I think the fact that you offer a confirmed grade at time of booking it's really fantastic. Huh? So I think
Absolutely.
people
I
should see
completely,
that the clients will see that and wonder, what do I want? Confirm upgrade or do I get the breakfast. I think that's
Absolutely. I
definitely.
mean, all our travel partners, they can of course cover the breakfast. The client never needs to know, whether there will always be discretion, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And we are all about adding emotional value. So whilst breakfast is not included, we
You get more. You get more somehow. Huh?
exactly.
Voilà. All right. So yes, no other question. All right. So I think we're gonna complete this webinar. Huh? You're gonna be sending the recording, the presentation.
Absolutely. On
Oh,
Monday, first
voilà.
thing.
You're always also very welcoming, in welcoming advisor in your property or just a simple visit or a lunch. You're wonderful. You've
Absolutely.
been so
Absolutely.
wonderful. And I know that's how you also got a lot of business from. People love it. Huh? And
Absolutely.
but you almost need to see the picture. Not that, no, they give justice in a way, but to see it, you feel
They
what
don't.
you mentioned it.
Don't try to say the ring. They
Oh, they're
don't.
still beautiful. They're still beautiful, but I,
They're
I know
very
what I mean.
And
Yeah,
I take pride in my presentations, in the brochures and whatnot, but it's what you say. I think you need to come and feel and speak
yes,
to a lovely,
yeah.
passionate team and, see for yourself. And of course, you gave me a great pass, Dominique. If you have clients that are staying in London but not with us, that's absolutely fine. You can still, maybe propose that they try the restaurant, and I can offer them a bespoke hotel tour, and we
Mm,
can do great things in terms of food and beverage as well.
yeah,
And whilst we don't take bookings, for instance, for the bar, I will be more than happy to make an exception for your lovely guests and for yourself, of course, if you're in town.
voilà. Oh, thank you very much, Nikki. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you and everyone who joined.
Thank you very much. Huh? Okay.